time for our weekly political segment, KVUE Face Off. Joining us this morning is Progress Texas Executive Director at Espinoza, and Andy Hogue, who is the Communications Director for the Travis County Republican Party. Good morning to you both.
Good to be here.
So last week we talked about today's election day. Last week we talked about the state ballot propositions, and today we want to talk about the specific ones for the city of Austin, Travis County, and Williamson County. So we're going to start with Austin, and I'm pretty sure you guys are actually going to be on the same page on this one. Because I say that. We'll see what happens, right? So first we'll talk about Prop A. And Prop A is interesting because even the PAC that originally supported Prop A doesn't want people to vote for Prop A anymore because of what happened to it. This all started when the city decided that they were going to build McCalla Place, or partner with, the MLS team to build McCalla Place.
Right.
This would have required a supermajority vote by the council and then by voters in order for any type of sports-related venue, entertainment venue to be built on city property, but then it did some other stuff.
That's right.
Who wants to jump in? Go ahead.
So I'll start. All right, so specifically, this is City of Austin Proposition A. And what this was originally about was something that was to oppose the building of the soccer stadium. Now, something that I think is not entirely known about this is that the city still owns the property that the stadium's going to be built on. So the controversy was, is the developer going to pay the property taxes? Well, if the city owns it, it's kind of like the city pays property taxes to itself. I'm not sure. But what happened was somebody petitioned to have this go before council so that whenever this happens, there's a vote. The problem is that it's become so overreaching that if you even want to make amendments to a park for recreational facilities, it then has to go up to a vote. So if you love bureaucracy, you'll love Prop A. But otherwise, this is not really something that's going to be very helpful for our parks and recreation.
Yeah, Andy, any thoughts on Prop A?
Actually, I'm for it.
You're for Prop A?
I thought Ed would have been for it.
Wow.
I'll explain. There's something that trumps, not to use the word Trump, but that actually trumps the idea of all this problems with the bureaucracy, the weirdness that could happen with a pop corner league that just wants to put a small football field up in the neighborhood that happens to be owned by the city. And that's the right of the people to vote. I mean, look, we're dealing with a situation where we didn't pass our citywide audit recently. We all have our opinions on the homeless camping situation, but this is a chance for us to actually vote. And I'm going to take that chance and hope the future city council can come up with a better solution, maybe tweak some of the wording problems and maybe fix it in the next election. Who knows? But voting is more important than all the problems raised.
So now I want to ask you a question, because the problem, or what some people have pointed out as a problem with this, is that this would not only impact the future, but the way that it was worded and put on the ballot, which we know was like the controversy of some court orders. It would now impact existing nonprofits. So I'm talking about like the YMCA would have to now pay taxes to the city, the Long Center, like all of these organizations that people in Austin have come to know and love would have these huge tax bills that they would have to pay the city if this passes. You think that's okay? I
don't think that's okay, but I think that needs to be fixed. But I think the more important thing is that the people need to vote.
Okay. Well, so see, I was wrong. No, you didn't agree. Okay.
Events like Trail of Lights, Ballet Austin, all the things that we know and love about Austin would be impacted by this initiative. If we want to have a better initiative, we need another chance, but this is not that one.
Okay,
yes, so but not everything is on city property. That needs to be said too.
No, but some of the things are, a lot of them are leased by the city.
Indeed,
though.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Prop B.
Yep.
Is also an interesting one. And these both were started by petition ordinances, right? The people. And so Prop B started because the city is planning to do an expansion of the convention center. And some people feel like this is a little overspending. It has to do with the hotel occupancy tax and how that hotel occupancy tax is used. And we wanted to point out that the state actually tells each city what their hotel occupancy tax rate, what the limit can be.
That's right.
Austin, and what they have to do to increase it.
Yeah.
In order for Austin to increase its hot tax, it would have to expand the convention center. The council decided to do that. They want to up the hot tax, and people are not happy about it.
Well, some people are not happy about it, but here's the people who are happy about it are the hotels. They are the ones who want the increased tax. They're actually in favor of expanding the convention center. So I think that that's an important element in this debate, because by expanding the convention center, you expand the revenue, you expand tourism, and that hot tax can actually be, a portion of it will be attributed to helping homeless, helping the homeless issue in Austin. And I think that that's incredibly important because Austinites ourselves are already dealing with an affordability issue in our city. To have some of that burden put onto tourism is very helpful to us because, look, we welcome the tourists, and if there's ways that they can help us with some of the issues we've got, even better.
Yeah, so to be clear, that means Ed is against Prop B.
I am against Prop B for that purpose. That's right.
Prop B, because it would require a vote of the people before anything can happen with the convention center. Andy, where do you stand?
Oh, it's a strange moment in the sun. It seems like I'm the big government supporter here, but but again, a vote of the people is the most important thing here, and we're dealing with a lot of issues. I mean, I've heard it said that they're going to tear down the entire convention center and rebuild it. That's a waste. We got the issue of the Palm School. I believe that needs to be preserved. The neighborhood needs to be respected as Austin just grows out of control from downtown and out east. So I think there's a lot of things that need to be decided, and the voters ought to have a chance to tap the brakes and say, wait a minute, this is a bad deal. Let's come up with something better.
So interesting that you guys both disagree. Is it interesting? Is it a surprise? Probably not. Okay.
Surprised, not surprised.
We thought we were going to be able to get to the county props, but we actually ran out of time. But lucky for you guys, we have all of this information on KVUE.com/vote-Texas. You can find out about all the propositions and exactly what's on the ballot. We thank you both for being here with us today. If you missed this segment, you can rewatch it at KVUE.com after the newscast. We'll be right back.